In the 1950s, the CIA launched one of the most disturbing top-secret projects in American history, Project MKUltra. Designed to test the limits of mind control, psychological manipulation, and human obedience, it quickly became a real-life nightmare. The government has gone to great lengths to erase this dark chapter from history, but today we uncover the horrifying truth about the CIA's mind control experiments and why they may not have ended. It all started at the height of the Cold War. The CIA was obsessed with the idea that the Soviets and Chinese had developed mind control techniques to manipulate prisoners and extract information. The US couldn't afford to fall behind. In response, the CIA launched MKUltra, a program designed to break and control the human mind. The ultimate goal? To create Manchurian Candidates, individuals who could be programmed to act against their own will, possibly even as assassins. Under the command of Dr. Sidney Gottlieb, the CIA recruited doctors, psychologists, and scientists to experiment on unsuspecting subjects. But these weren't just volunteers. The experiments were carried out on mental hospital patients, prisoners, drug addicts, and even regular civilians, many of whom never knew they were test subjects. The CIA infiltrated colleges, hospitals, and even brothels to secretly dose people with LSD, truth serums, and other mind-altering drugs, all in the name of research. One of the most chilling stories involves Frank Olson, a military scientist who worked on top-secret biological warfare projects. In 1953, Olson was secretly dosed with LSD by his CIA colleagues without his knowledge. Within days, he became paranoid and withdrawn. A week later, he fell from a 13th-story window in New York City. The official story? Suicide. But years later, his family discovered evidence of foul play, including a possible CIA cover-up to silence him. The methods of MKUltra weren't just limited to drugs. The CIA experimented with electroshock therapy, sensory deprivation, sleep deprivation, and extreme psychological torture. Victims were sometimes subjected to months of psychological conditioning, isolated in cells while being played endless loops of disturbing messages to reprogram their thoughts. One of the most notorious experiments took place in Canada, where psychiatrist Dr. Ewan Cameron ran brutal tests on patients at the Allen Memorial Institute in Montreal. Patients were drugged into comas for weeks, bombarded with repetitive audio messages, and given electroshock therapy at extreme levels. Many of them suffered permanent brain damage, memory loss, and complete personality shifts. As chilling as all of this is, MKUltra wasn't just about controlling minds, it was also about controlling society. The CIA funded research on hypnosis, subliminal messaging, and media influence. Some speculate that the program's true goal was to test mass mind control techniques that could be used in politics, war, and beyond. In 1973, amid growing suspicions, CIA Director Richard Helms ordered nearly all MKUltra documents destroyed, but fragments survived. Declassified files later exposed shocking details, including at least 149 sub-projects, countless victims, and links to government-backed torture experiments overseas. Many believe that MKUltra never really ended. Instead, it evolved. Some claim that modern psychological operations, advanced interrogation techniques, and even media influence campaigns are just updated versions of mind control tactics tested decades ago. If that's true, how much of what we see and believe today has been shaped by hidden forces? How much of our reality is controlled, without us even realizing it? What do you think? Is MKUltra truly over, or has it only become more advanced, more hidden, and more dangerous? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing deep dives into the secrets they don't want you to know.